Karl Ove, wonderful to see you again. Congratulations on this book. It's a really enjoyable read.
Thank you.
So tell me about this idea that you have, 4 seasons, and this particular one, Spring, deals with one day in April.
Yeah, well, it started out as I wanted to do something completely different than writing about my own psyche and my own inner life. So I started to write about things and objects in the world, the material world. And then at the same time, I wrote a diary to my then unborn daughter. Very private, very much to her. I thought it should be a gift to her when she was 18, like, this is the world that are going to welcome you. This is going to be your garden, those kind of things. At some point, those two projects merged, and it was a book. And I wrote one text every day, so it occurred to me, okay, it could be a season. And then, after 2 books like that, I thought this is kind of static. I need movement. So then and then my daughter also was born. So then I thought, okay, one day in our life with all those things and objects in movement. So then it became a kind of a novel in there.
Although the book is called Spring, and this is written for a very young child, about a young child, it's quite a heavy world, isn't it? I mean, the weight of detail, weighs down on you. Everything is ruminated over, very carefully observed.
Yeah.
It's not cheerful.
No, but it is cheerful too, because it is taking place in the spring, and it starts with the sun rising. Yeah. And it is about life, and she is newborn, and that's part of it. And then there also is a darkness in that life, and in my life then, and in her life. And I wanted really just to tell her one simple thing, and that is, life can be incredibly hard. Life can be incredibly difficult, and it's going to be difficult in your life, but it is always worth living. That's kind of the essence of the book.
And the life that you describe, maybe this is the way you live your life, is incredibly well observed. I mean, you have an amazing eye for detail, and you can spend quite a lot of time on the page describing fairly mundane acts that most of us kind of do in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, but I do...
Where did that start there? I mean, where did this eye come from? Who taught you how to watch, how to observe, how to look?
It came through writing. Because it came through, I was very unsatisfied with my own writing because it didn't match my life somehow. It was like there was a gap between it. And then then I just started to write about mundane things, and there was a joy in that, kind of to map that world, because it is kind of almost unknown, because I too don't think about it when I do things. I don't see things when I do them. But when I'm writing, it's like,
you force yourself to look at them.
Yeah, that's the place where there's time to reflect and time to see and time to think.
And there's a tiny little insight here where you describe changing the baby's nappy. And then you say, I lift up the nappy that is reassuringly heavy.
Yeah.
Because a nappy looks like something that's quite light. It's made of fluffy material. You pick it up, and we all know, those of us who've changed them, that they become heavy. And that heaviness is reassuring because it proves to you that the functions of the young body are working.
Exactly.
Now, that's quite a deep way of looking at something that is quite mundane, quite banal.
Yeah, but you feel that,
You do.
When in like a second or less than a second, something good about that, because it is. She's healthy.
But the difference is that you articulate that thought.
Yeah, but that's later in the writing, outside of the world. I didn't articulate anything in my life, and that's why I'm writing, because I want to understand, I want to see, and especially in that book, because it centered around a very difficult episode. It's about depression and illness. And when you are inside of it, you don't see it, you don't understand it, you're part of it, So a way to understand it, to see yourself and your own part in it and understand it is by writing, because that's taking a step outside of it.
Do you suffer from depression yourself?
When I do those kind of tests, I tick, and I see. Yeah.
You must be depressed.
But I'm not.
You're not.
No, I'm not. I'm actually very happy, and also because of writing is kind of, giving.
It's therapeutic.
It's not therapeutic, but it is extremely, life-bringing. Yeah. Somehow. So, no, it's not like I'm laying in bed all day and that
Sure, no. You don't look as if you might, yeah. So you're far too outdoorsy as a type. So you're the literary equivalent of slow food. Take it easy. Bring it in. Look at the detail.
Yeah, that could be an ideal for me, yeah.
And is that important these days? We're all obsessed with getting stuff out immediately on social media, the quick tweet here, the quick tweet there.
Yeah, I think there are many. Yeah, I think we all long for that, and there are many ways to get there. But art is my way to do it. Also as a reader, that's what I'm longing for. That's the slowness I'm longing for when I'm reading.
So from the purview of your slowness as a writer, when you look at the kind of the world whizzing around you,
yeah,
what makes you happy and what makes you depressed about the state of the planet today? Just quickly, if you can.
I'm not sure if things are that bad or if it's just that we are informed about everything now. So it looks much more chaotic than it probably is. And maybe it always has been chaotic and always have been threatening things going on and then good things. Nobody believes that who has read my book, but I'm a very positive and very optimistic person. And when Trump was elected, we have talked a lot about Trump I've talked a lot about Trump with my children. And then one of them started to cry, because he was elected. And then they thought, okay, all hell will break loose. But I said, try to talk to them and say that, there are more good people than bad people in the world. And there are more clever people than stupid people. And I think, I am very, people are good, I think.
This book is very life-affirming, even though it just deals with that one day and it deals with, many of the kind of, I would say, tiresome, vexing, sorry, let me ask that again. This is a very life-affirming book at the end of it. And I think you've got 4 kids, right?
Yeah.
I've got 4 kids as well. We all know that being a father, being a mother can be quite a lonely business, especially with a young-born child. What message is there here for someone going through the same experience? If you have a child for the first time and you're dealing with this new creature, you don't know how to interact, you don't know what they're thinking, you have no idea what they want beyond the obvious.
I think my experience is that I'm still learning, and you're learning a lot from your children. It's a process that goes on, and that is an absolutely fantastic and amazing process, which gives meaning. I mean, and it is, even though it is very difficult at times, and even though you do mistakes, and even though, but it's just, it fills your life with life somehow. I don't have no advice. I mean, but I think you can't think of episodes. You can't think of even a year. You have to think of, a lifetime.
And when your daughter is older, when she's 18, what do you think she'll make of this book?
That's an impossible question to ask, but I think it is very, very much done with love. So I think everyone who reads it will feel that. Probably.
But you want her approval?
I want her to be her own person and to take her own, have her own view on the world. That's very important, actually. Probably it could be difficult to have a father who is, writing books and have to relate to that too. Not just a father, but have to relate to his books too. So, it's up to her, and I don't know.
Karl Ove Knausgaard, thank you very much indeed.